All right, guys, a very good morning to each and every one of you, and welcome to our broadcast. Good to have each and every one of you on the live with us already. Good to have you folks here with us. We see we have Gil Alicott, never misses a day, and Robin Kendall, Yvonne Meredith. We see you there as well, Meredith. Lester Tom is here too. Sharon McPherson is with us this morning as well. Good morning, Sharon. Sharon. Laverne Wade, my mother-in-law is on the live as well. Laverne Wade, good morning to you and Angel and Demain. Good morning. Rowena Cummins on the live as well. Benjamin Bristol is here too. Good morning, Benjamin and Deborah Pearson. Claire Cumberbatch is here too. Siobhan McDonald. Good morning to all of you. We hope that you guys are good and well wherever you're joining us from this morning. Welcome. Welcome to our broadcast. Great to have each and every one of you on the live. Let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear, folks. Donna George, good to see you there. Rowena. Brian Daniels, we see you as well, Brian. Good to have all of you on the live with us. I see Leon Pollard is here. Brother Leon Pollard is here. Good to have you. Donna George is here as well. All our favorite folks. Good to have you folks. Gil Alicock, Mario Bello is here too. Good to have you wonderful folks with us. Yep, we're examining a number of things this morning. Yep. That bottom house meeting with the Alliance of Change and on the quarantine. A weekend or two ago, part of what Nigel Hughes told those gathered, this government insulting the intelligence of the people of this country. That's what they want to do, insult our intelligence. And we can come back and talk a little about Gail Teixeira and some things she said.
We have a lot of youth chilling on the street, burning the weed because they ain't got nothing to do and they don't see a future. The students that are graduating from the University of Guyana, our best and brightest, continue. If you ask them now in the polls, if they want to live here or live overseas, they will tell you they'd rather go and live overseas.
That was leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, during a meeting with residents of Liverpool quarantine. He queried how is it possible that the country with the fastest growing economy has no young person who wants to stay.
We have failed to provide an environment for all of us in which people feel that they have a stake in this country.
Hughes also noted the reluctance of the government to conduct feasibility studies. The decision to bridge the Borbis River is being undertaken against any idea of whether the bridge would earn money. There is no knowledge of traffic flow, he said.
The gas to shore project, where they bring in the gas from the oil rigs offshore. The APNU AFC did a feasibility study on bringing that gas to shore. And the project showed that the plant should go on the coast. David, where is it? Woodlands, on the East Coast. Mahika or Maikoni? Mahika. That's where the feasibility study said.
The government, without any consideration, decided the plant should be stationed at Wales, West Bank, Demerara.
So right now, we don't know if the gas plant can make money. Imagine after spending all them billions of dollars, you don't know. We pressure them about the feasibility. And on Thursday last week, you know what I said? We got a feasibility for the environment, and we got a feasibility for technical specs.
Hughes contended that the PPP government is insulting the intelligence of the Guyanese people.
Yep. Them boys are like feasibility study and environmental impact assessments and all them things. We need all of them. What you need all of that for? I need a Jack Dio. You got a Jack Dio in life, everything fixed. We need all them story for feasibility. Feasibility who? One name, sir, man. Folks, and on the other side of that, On the other side of that, apparently, the Minister of Governance, Gail Teixeira, said recently that Norton was consulted on the appointment of Clifton Hickens as acting Commissioner of Police and now as Commissioner, apparently. Apparently, according to Paul Slow, listen to some of what Paul Slow said recently as well.
Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Gail Teixeira was either delusional or downright dishonest when she claimed that President Irfan Ali consulted opposition leader Aubrey Norton to appoint Clifton Hickens to act as commissioner. Retired head of the Police Service Commission, Paul Slow, quoted a letter from Teixeira to Norton.
This response is delayed as a result of His Excellency's international engagements in Europe and North America, which have been well publicized. Your decision not to support the appointment of Mr. Clifton Hickens as Commissioner of Police is unfortunate. Instead, you have leveled several unsubstantiated allegations against Mr. Hickens, which His Excellency has carefully considered and to which he responds hereunder for the record. Interestingly, you did not raise any such allegation when His Excellency meaningfully engaged you in the appointment of Mr. Hickens to act in the Office of Commissioner of Police in accordance with the Constitution.
Slow noted that the matter reached the courts.
When the appointment of Hickens was made as acting commissioner sometime in 2022, I think it reached the court. Objections were raised. Some of the same objections that were raised in the document or in the letter to the or in the response to the president on this were raised then.
He said that the government went ahead with the appointment.
These people have been very disingenuous, because if you remember, the issue with Hickens being appointed as acting commissioner was that at the time when the appointment was made, there was no leader of the opposition.
This meant that there could have been no consultation. Joseph Harman had demitted the office. The Chief Justice then ruled that since there was no leader of the opposition, there couldn't have been consultation. He said that the appointment was made under the doctrine of necessity. Hickens was accused of lying on the oath before the Commission of Inquiry into the Linden shooting. 3 men were shot and killed by the police under Hickens' command. Hickens had denied having any telephone conversation with the Home Affairs Minister during that occasion.
Being examined under oath, he stated when questioned that he never had any telephone conversation with Minister of Home Affairs Clement Roy during a particular time frame. Now, the people they subpoenaed the records of the telephone company, and it showed that the telephone that was owned and operated by Hickens made a call to Clement Roy during that same time frame that he denied conversing with the Minister of Home Affairs.
This was confirmed by the then Home Affairs Minister Clement Roy, who also testified before the commission. Teixeira also claimed that Hickens was superseded by people who were his juniors. Slow provided records to say otherwise.
All of those persons who were promoted, Leslie James, Nigel Appy, Maxine Graham, Alves, Lyndon Alves, and Paul Williams, all of them joined the work before Hickens.
The reality is that the PPP government actually promoted Hickens ahead of his seniors.
1st of January 2015, the current administration, because the Police Service Commission then was a rubber stamp. Allegation made against them that they collected money to promote people. We know because Hickens was even recommended by the force because he had not met the qualifications. And when when the promotion got to the Police Service Commission in Rab Street and in Breakdown, he was promoted over these people who were senior to him.
Slow was even more critical of Hickens.
The man or the one then they talk about Hickens. He was the least qualified among the lot. Not only academically.
Yeah. A lot happening, folks. Plenty things happening. Those folks will lie in front of your face to you and the world. You said this, you did that. And they know to themselves it's a lie. And they would beat the chest As we say here in the vernacular, beat the chest. I was there. I see it with my own eye. That's what the good book says. That's what the Bible says. Let us I see with my own eye. That's the PPP. The wicked. Never consulted because it was no leader of the opposition at the time, as Paul so said. But that lady can beat her chest. I was there in the room. Never happened. Never happened. Y'all better be careful out there. Be careful out there. I see a lot of you sweetening up to them. Sheila Boy Child. Pim. I see a lot of people sweetening up to them. Margaret Morris. Upright youth. Right? Aubrey Stevens says compulsive liars. Yeah. That's the word. Compulsive. Something driving them deep inside. You know? Compelling them. The demons. The zombies. Good morning, folks. Welcome. Folks, I got something happening. I don't know what. You know, like you have the onset of flu. Something at the back of my throat. And I feel a little what's that word? Congested. Right? And then like sick, you know. Sheila Boy Child, Waveney Doris, Neon Harding, pathological liars. Neon says, y'all know the whole thing. Right? Congenital liars. Come on now. Y'all firing this morning. Congenital, pathological, compulsive, notorious. Neville Seatel says, lunatics. Same thing. Good morning to each and every one of you folks. They're telling us this morning that the oil exports went up. 74.3% surge in oil exports from Guyana. Little Dubai. Where the money going? Renella, Sheila Boy Child says kleptos. Kleptos. Lactose intolerance kleptos. Neville says the B word. We're morning program. Neville says the B word. Kleptos. Kleptocracy. That's what it is. Margaret Morris. 74.3 oil surge. Where the money going? Where's the money going? Where's it going? Your guess is as good as mine. Where is the money going? You know, we are privileged to have the leader of the opposition on our broadcast last night. And he spoke to the whole issue of corruption. You know, Irfan Ali is going to address the National Assembly on Thursday. And one of the things the leader of the opposition, Mr. Norton, said, before Ali talked anything else, he got to tell us how he's addressing corruption. If oil exports going up, more money coming in, how come the lives of Guyanese is not improved? This is Elson Lowe told us last night as well. It's like they're making a deliberate effort to keep you down. A deliberate effort to keep you down. You know? Naomi says, good morning, Naomi. Naomi says the leader of the opposition, the opposition better get it right. Because you'll be sitting there for another 5 years talking till your mouth run dry. I hear you, Naomi. You always said bottle of water to wet my lips. Shucks. So the leader of the opposition spoke to this issue of corruption. When Andy comes Thursday, he got to address corruption first. Don't talk about nothing else. Don't talk about anything else. Corruption first. Take a look. Take a listen.
I think the fact that elections are coming and they are in deep trouble, they want to come to the parliament. We have got to be very blunt about what has happened. The PPP has refused to consult with an opposition that has 49% of the support. That in itself is a pass. And so him coming to the National Assembly doesn't mean much to us because he doesn't consult and he doesn't listen. That's first thing. Secondly, I gain the impression he's coming to deal with the cost of living and the Ghana situation. Well, there are a number of things he will have to do before he can be taken seriously. Now, one of the first things he will have to do is to come with a strategy to reduce wastage and corruption. Right now, any talk about putting resources in the hands of the Guyanese people will demand a reduction in corruption and a reduction in wastage, which I don't think he can do because they are the architects of the corruption and wastage. So to me, whatever he comes and he says, he will fall short because the very nature of the regime does not allow them to transcend the critical problems that face us, like governance. They cannot be involved in good governance. By their nature, they have to be discriminatory. By their nature, they have to be corrupt. And so I don't see how they will come with proposals that will deal with this question of wastage and corruption.
Yep. All that says to me why we're not seeing the effects of where this 74.3% surge in oil exports, where's that money going? We're so deep in corruption. And during that interview last evening when Mr. Norton was making that point, I kept thinking that Einstein was right. The problems can never be solved at the same level at which they were created. Einstein was spot on. When you really interrogate it, he is spot on. You can't solve the problem in the same place. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It can't be solved the same place. So the people who create the problems, they won't come wrong now. Come wrong with funny and try to solve the problems. Eric, they go work, sir. Lachman, Neville, Marlin. Some of y'all really be bad in live last night. I was watching the comments, trying to keep a straight face. Some of y'all really be bad in the comments, right? People like Naomi, she who shall not be named. They were real bad in the comments last night. Right? I see a lot of things said about the AFC. I ain't ready for y'all yet, though. I ain't ready for y'all yet. You here with me, y'all? With the Doris? Sheila Boy Child. Andrew Griffith said a lot of things, too. I ain't ready for y'all yet. It's too early in the morning. It's too early in the morning. And much too early in the morning. John, and good to have all of you on the live this morning, folks. Y'all of his family. We don't. Yeah, we said coming back tonight with a fake page. How many of y'all got your fake pages? Life too short not to have a fake page or two. I'm ready for y'all yet, though. Putting y'all on notice. But where is all money going? Paulette, Everett, where is money going? My God. Ken Elson No said it yesterday. It's like they're making a deliberate effort to hold you back, to steal your shine. To steal your shine. Naomi says you're happy the truth connect. I ain't ready for you yet. Hold on. You're here when we fetch we. I ain't ready yet. Still compiling my notes. Chanel, hold you down. Hold you back. Hold your shut, Chanel. Hold your shut. Morning, Stormy. Good morning. Neville, I ain't see Margaret in a couple days. Like Margaret pregnant. Huh? I ain't see Margaret in a couple days. You know? Y'all check with Margaret. Y'all check with Margaret. I wonder how Hurricane is Brentnell? Is Jaglio? What's the name of the hurricane? Milton? Hurricane Marville? Sharma Curious, happy Wednesday to you too. Got a couple things we're following. All your top cup. Top cup. The Attorney General says nothing prevents Arfan from appointing the top cup. Telling you all what the learned Attorney General says. Nothing is preventing His Excellency Arfan Ali. Yeah, that's what he said. For appointing the top cup. Yeah. Is he or is he? Yeah. Apparently, Irfan himself was asked about this issue recently. And of course, dismissed objections as legally flawed. You know, when they want their own way, they can say anything. They're going to do anything. And I'm going to spend some time on one of the shows in front of us, just showing you time after time how the same kind of hard-headed, empty-headedness plowing headlong into these situations. The courts have had to pull them back and say you're unconstitutional. Empty heads. Unconstitutional. Same thing. They always know what is flawed. And then the court got to come back and say, you're the ones that really flawed. With this kind of stupidness you're carrying on here with. You're the ones that flawed. So let them go down the road. Let them go down the road with that kind of thinking. Some of our monitors are coming in and out. I don't know what was happening this morning. Andrew, good to see you on the live this morning. All the other folks who are joining us. So they're saying that what Norton is saying is flawed. About the Commissioner of Police and why he should not be elevated. If a man past the age of retirement, where you going with he? It's not that just keeping you on the job. You want to promote him too. You want to promote him to boot. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, folks. Some of what the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Norton, said on our program last evening about this very issue, the appointment of Clifton Hickins as a substantive commissioner of police. Take a look. Take a listen.
The PPP has corrupted the Guyana Police Force to the extent that the PPP has politicized the Guyana Police Force. Any serious talk about bringing relief to the people of Guyana must include a depoliticization of the police force. And if you're going to appoint a commissioner, you have to investigate those that are there now before you can talk anything about appointing a commissioner and deputy, or else you will merely be showing that you are complicit in corruption and you are prepared to continue in the same way. So if he doesn't address that, his speech cannot make sense, because one of the critical issues facing Guyana is the lack of proper law enforcement in keeping with the laws of Guyana. And if he doesn't speak the question, then I don't see how is it we can listen to him. They're accustomed to domination and control. And so reason doesn't come in. Any rational person will know if you have a police force in which a man would have retired and you give him an extension, you are extending him as an acting commissioner. You cannot proceed to make him the substantive commissioner. Apart from the fact that I've made it very clear that he's neither certified or qualified to be the police commissioner. But you must understand, if they put a police commissioner that isn't equipped for the job, then there are the swords of Damocles over his head and they'd be able to control him. If you put a commissioner in which there are serious allegations of corruption against he and some of the top ranking persons, then you will have a police force that can't enforce the law. And so for them, it is not the rule of law.
Yeah. I support every word of that. Where you going with him? Holding back some young, energetic people in the force. I saw a lot of people putting out the name Paul Williams there, saying it's Williams' time to serve. Where you going with these folks? Come on now. You do it time you had a good run. You do it time you had a good run. Let's get on with it. Where we going with these folks? Where we going with these folks? You do your time, you had a good run. Mark, Evelina, we're going to hold back a whole set of people now. Hold back a whole set of people. Friends, family, and favorites. Friend, family, and favorites. Folks, recall Paul. Recall Paul. Somewhat we following. Chinese businessman. Shot several times, has an establishment, I think, in Durban Street, south of the city. Jai Quin Chen, 50-year-old owner of First Choice Supermarket here in Georgetown, shot multiple times by a lone gunman outside his business in the early hours of yesterday morning, Tuesday. Yep. Police force distracted, of course. He ain't got time with this. He ain't got time with this. When they say April, he is now in critical condition after being shot multiple times. Multiple times. So the attack occurred around 12:07 a.m. while he was sitting in his car. Right? Security guards said they remember hearing Chen arguing on the phone before gunshots rang out, followed by the gunman fleeing on a motorcycle. Yeah. It's a wild west. I hope Ali talk about these things Thursday when we see him in the National Assembly. I hope he talks about these things. I hope he talks about these things. So we can get him better. While we're on the police, they're still looking for the young man here. Still looking for him. Abducted a couple of days ago on Main Street. Just a stone throw from State House. Just a stone throw. They tell us that since then, since this abduction of Joshua David that you see here, 5 persons have that were wanted by the police turned themselves in. Aaron Allen, Wayne Barker, Dwayne Griffith, Damian Barlow, Alpha Poole, and Rosafo Peters. And there's also Davanita Mars. They've all given themselves over to the police and they said to be assisting with investigation, but they're no closer to finding where Joshua David is. You know, of course, you got something like this happening in this country People are already fearing the worst. Fearing the worst. Joshua is abducted, as he said, outside the new thriving restaurant in Georgetown. Forced into a car. He said that 2 men on a motorcycle. One in a car. Forced into that car. Haven't been seen since. And this has to do with something concerning that drive-by shooting a couple of weeks ago on Durban Street as well. So a lot happening, folks. A lot happening. You got to be very careful. You come out here, you got to be extremely, extremely, extremely careful. Extremely careful. Marlin says 72 hours up, they got to release the men. That was since Monday, I think that time expired. Abira, Maxine, while thoughts and prayers for Joshua's safe return. Our thoughts and prayers. Yep. Interesting letter to the editor in this morning's papers. You know, one letter writer talking about the roads in Region 1. And I feel like this government distracted. The road construction in Whitewater, Region 1. Jamil Changli says that the quality of the ongoing road construction in Whitewater Village, Region 1, leaves much to be desired. Leaves much to be desired. See, the road is being built with a steel wire mesh, right? Instead of a proper rebar grid, which may affect the durability and the ability to support heavy loads. The citizen is calling for inspections to ensure the project meets the required standards and emphasize the importance of ensuring quality in infrastructural projects. What's the time with that? Only one road, Tech Road, Biscuit Road, Soft Bake Road, all kinds of roads you're getting. You think them boys care? You think they're concerned? They ain't having it. They're not having it. I feel like a little bit like the distracted, like things that they should be focusing on, they're not focusing on. Right? Naomi wants to know if this is the road where the doctor get a contract. Who knows? The doctor contractor. And his roads are famous for quick decay. Famous for that. Quick decay. What is coming up? Push yourself in everything. Huh? You got some stalls. Apparently they rehabilitated part of the vending tarmac there, Pleasant. Doesn't vending come under the NDC there, Pleasant? Yes, you got for meat. Yes, you got for run out. And the things like the roads in Region 1 that he should be focusing on, he's not focused on that. But he got to be there, probably to make sure friends, family, and favorites get the stalls. Friends, family, and favorite. He's not focused on what he should be focused on. 50 vendors, from Pleasance Market. They said were displaced by the construction of the 4-lane highway. 50 of them. And a tarmac was constructed for them to be able to ply their trade. Isn't this the business of the NDC? He giving out lots. Go to Region 1 and fix the people roads properly, man. Go to Region 1 and fix the roads properly. Do that for us. Do that for us. Fix the roads there. Every little thing. They gotta get a mala and cutting a ribbon. Every little thing. So that's one of the other things we're following too. One of the other things we're following. Every little thing. We're watching that though. Some other information we're following, folks. Some other information that we're following. It's this portending things to come. We saw in Region 2, the RDC bought a generator. So the RDC got faith that the power supply could improve and it will have an efficient, sufficient supply of power. RDC we fed up with the PP government. This region too. We fed up with them. We got buy our own generator. 8 million. I wish every Guyanese had 8 million. And if the RDC buying their own generator, what happened to we? We think it's we the watching copy. But we want to go solar, folks. We have to go solar. And that's why we ask your help. Y'all know we don't like begging. Jesus, Lord of mercy. All the time. But we want to keep powered up just like the RDC. We got 8 million. That's why we're asking your help. That's why we're asking your help, good folks. We don't have 8 million in us. No donation is too small. And definitely, none is too big. Definitely. And we're available by all our usual channels and Cash App and Zelle and paper. You know the whole thing. But the RDC said we fed up with them. We got to have no gas to show. Nothing is certain there. Gas to show. We might be able to generate 8 million in skin. They're in region 2. You know, better get your little flambeau and so on and get set. Get set. Carnage on our roads and our waterways. A biker died. Got into an accident recently. You know, same story all the time. Denson Edwards, 46 years young. Angois Avenue. He's from Angois Avenue, New Amsterdam. Lost control of his motorcycle. Crashed into a utility pole, they tell us at Brides Public Road. West Kanji, Babis. Thoughts and prayers with his family. Slow down, please, and thank you. And live your rival life. Slow down. Slow down. Said he was speeding east, lost control, collided with a pole. Unfortunately, he was not wearing a helmet at the time. Unfortunately. Said he was rushed to the New Amsterdam Public Hospital. He's pronounced dead on arrival. And his body's awaiting post-mortem examination. Fire! All we pandemics. Fire. Vendors home. On the quarantine. Went up in flames. Recently. So the fire of an unknown origin took down the home of vendor Navindra Ramnarayan. Line Path quarantine. This happened apparently on Monday afternoon. Fires, fires, fires. Fires all the time. And then, you know, we were talking a little latrine politics recently. One letter right in this morning's presser, you know, no, we even go to the hinterland. Some of the toilets we got right close to where we are. Here working because of water. Coastal schools, inadequate washrooms. So let's right say, why are we going to fix the latrines? We got some problems here to fix too. So it's not only that you got to use outhouses, God have his mercies, but water, 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 Sheikh Bash, water, GWI. Where the billions going? Where the billions are going? I don't know. I don't know. Where are these billions going? Where are all these billions upon billions going? You know? And then, in some international news, Nicaragua, Latin America, sanctions, they tell us. Nicaraguan officials, you know, they've been doing a lot of things there. Daniel Ortega and team, a lot of things. So, The European Union, they're telling us, has extended sanctions for another year against 21 Nicaraguan officials, including the Vice President of Nicaragua. Right. 3 of our children as well. Right. Part of the effect of these sanctions is that they are prohibited. It has prohibited these officials from traveling through EU countries and freezes any assets they hold in European banks. Yep. You play mad. Them boys gonna find a way to squeeze you. On the international stage, they're gonna find a way to squeeze you. That's just some of what we're seeing this morning. That's just some of what we're seeing this morning. How Maxine doing today? And Glenford, Andrew, Yvette, Gail, all of you folks on the live this morning. How y'all doing today? Wednesday, middle of the week, 9th day of October. We're almost in the middle of the month. Next week, this time, we right smack dab there. Don Sullivan, good to see you on the live. Dougie, where are you? Nigel Plass, good to see you on the live this morning as well. But those are just a couple of things we want to share with you folks. And we have to pick up our heels this morning. Got some things we want to run off and take a look at. Yvette Moore says stuck in traffic. Oh my God. Our apologies, Yvette. Our apologies. Our apologies. Paul Graves. Sabrina Blue said things tight. Ingrid King. We see you. We hear you. Camille McKenzie, good morning. Camille, good morning to you. Right. Happy be early birthday. Leslyn Hamilton. Leslyn says her birthday's on the 26th. Her birthday's on the 26th. Happy be early birthday. Ray Andrews, I hope you have a great time. You got a couple of days ahead to finish the planning for the fete and so on. We're going to leave it there this morning, folks. We're going to see you guys right back here. On the next one, we got to, as I said, pick up our heels and head off to some errands. We're going to see you guys back here on the next one. Donette and Yvette, Sabrina, Paulette, Leslyn, Brian Daniels. We're going to see you guys back here the next one. That's our time this morning, good folks. And that's our program. Stay safe. Y'all check it on Margaret for me, Naomi, and all the other folks with us this morning. We're going to see you guys right back here next.